think I just stepped on your phone. No, that's not your phone. Yo! What's up? Welcome back for episode 2 of From the Jump podcast with your boy Nick, at Dunks by Nick on Instagram, at Dunks by Nick on TikTok and YouTube, with my co-host here, Andy Belay.
Yes, it's your boy Andy, Andy.Belay on Instagram and TikTok, Andy.Belay.bounce on YouTube. And yeah, should we say our credentials or something like that?
Credentials? I think. What do you mean?
Like, I don't know, something about us?
We dunk. He dunks better.
Yes.
But we dunk.
Well, not yes, but I'm 5'10" with a 44-inch vertical.
Oh, okay.
He is 5'10" with a
36 and a half, 36.
And yeah, we're aspiring dunkers.
Aspiring dunkers. Hopefully one day to dunk professionally.
Yes.
Or dunk in a contest is at least the goal.
I want to dunk professionally.
That would be sick.
Yes, I want that title.
That would be sick.
Alright, so we have a few topics that we've written down, and that's what we're going to talk about today.
Couple topics.
First, we should talk about our sesh today first.
Yeah, let's talk about, so we actually jumped right before this. We wanted to do a little low rim session. I think we actually haven't been jumping a lot because Andy's doing his 75 hard thing. But after that, we're planning on getting our full sessions back in and locking back in for sure.
Yeah, what is it? It was my first, real sesh back, I guess. I got programmed, 25 jumps.
Which is a lot.
Yeah, which is a lot compared to what I've been doing. I've been doing, 10 jumps twice a week. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's more than I had been doing the past 3 months, pretty much. And yeah, we did a 9-foot sesh, and we did the dunk levels, which is made by Dunk Camp.
Right. So at Dunk Camp, if y'all don't know, if y'all have never been, or y'all just don't know, they give y'all a book. I wish we had it here to show y'all. I don't know where it is, but basically there's 4 different levels. There's basic, intermediate, advanced, and elite.
Yes, yeah, and then I can overlay it on this.
Yeah. Okay, so he'll overlay it. So just.
Yeah, and so we did better than we thought. I thought I was gonna get stuck on the advanced, and he thought he was gonna get stuck on the intermediate.
I did way better than I thought I did.
He got all the way through pretty much most of the advanced, and then I basically ran out of jumps. I think and my back isn't healthy enough to do the elite. I can't do it under both right now, or my back will snap.
Right.
So
I hear so many people in the community talk about how much stress doing under both puts on your back.
Yeah, you literally fold into less than a 45-degree angle.
In the air.
You're that, dude.
In the air after a max approach jump. And then you have to take a ball and put it under you and into the net. And you have to extend so your back literally goes whoo, whoo.
Yeah, so right now, that's just not happening for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So what did we hit today? We basically one-shot most of all the basics. I think you one-shot all the basics. I think the only one that I struggled with was just the off lobs.
Yeah, just lobs. Lobs are always
There's a little bit of luck, I feel like, unless you just have repped it out that much to where it's just automatic.
Yeah, which I might start doing lobs more now, just because...
Join the dark side with me, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I've done everything off dribble since I've started my dunk journey, just because I can hold the ball, and I feel like it adds a level of difficulty to it. Lob, you can get your full jump into it. The hardest part about it is, depending on the dunk, the catch is hard. But if you're doing one-handers, do a one-hander off dribble versus a one-hander off lob, and y'all get the same height, then that person off dribble jumped higher.
Yeah. In general.
Yeah.
Because, they're going up with the ball, which is harder.
Yeah. What else?
What did we do today?
I mean, first I did, vert jumps. So my goal right now is to hit a 2-hand vert on 10-foot, and then on 9-foot I want to rep out the behind the back, just so when I'm back to jumping more, I'm just hitting behind the backs consistently again.
Yeah. He was going crazy on 9-10. I don't think you've hit it on 10-foot yet.
No, not officially. Or if I have, I never measured the rim. So, yeah. And then, right now, I mean, the goal is just to get back to sessions, regular sessions. My gym, the one I work at, just got resurfaced, so my gym's going to be the place I'm going to be dunking now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rims are anywhere between 9'11".
They're pretty tall.
9'11" and 10, so I'm just going to measure the tallest one out, use that one, and maybe just keep... every month or so, testing my vertical.
Yeah, you've been testing a lot, especially since you have access to it.
Yeah, I have a Vertex, so that's really fun.
Yeah, but in terms of what we did today in the sesh, we hit basic, intermediate, and what was intermediate? Intermediate was We just
I
need
have
the
a little
book,
photo.
honestly, for reference, bro.
I'll pull it up. And then it'll be overlaid.
And then we stopped at advanced, and one of the things that got me on advanced was the 180 reverse windmill.
Yes, the 180 reverse windmill, which you got, and the behind the back.
But it was like a crappy. I don't even count that. I feel like unless it's like clean, like cleanish, I don't know if I count it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that, like, if we're only basing it off of our 9-foot sesh, you got it on 9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the hardest part was just not twisting in your approach.
It was just knowing like how much to twist and when to twist. Because I think you're right. I think one of the biggest cues that you gave me today was actually just the fact that like, and this goes for doing any dunk, especially people just watching this, like, jump first. Like, make sure you are in the air first and like, then do whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah,
because
it's like cues.
Yeah.
Like, always have a cue, like, what's the first thing you need to do to jump up and dunk a ball?
You gotta jump.
You gotta jump.
Yeah, get off the ground.
Yeah. So people will like try to windmill as they're leaving the ground, or they'll try to put the ball between the legs as they're leaving the ground. Leave the ground, then do it.
Right.
And
that's where
you're
hand
jumping-
speed comes in.
Yeah.
That's where going fast comes in.
If
right.
you're jumping high enough and your hand speed is good, it will happen eventually.
And you know what was confusing for me? Because Chris Staples, I was watching a video on like how he was like teaching me how to windmill, like through the video. And he was saying that like when he goes for a windmill, he's already starting the windmill like basically right after he jumps. Like,
yeah.
So it kind of like visually, it looked like he was already windmilling before he's even off the ground. So I don't know. That's kind of how, but I think that cue was just a really good one today and really like leveled up.
I'd say for shorter guys, you have to cover way more vertical distance. Like Chris Staples is 6'2" and he has a really long reach.
Yeah, he's got long arms.
That's why he's so good at the 360 East Bay, because he doesn't have to get his head to the rim to do it.
Mm-hmm.
He can just be as low as he can. As long as he gets his wrist above the rim,
You can just reach in.
he can
Good
reach
job.
and do it.
Yeah.
And once you perfect that, like, you're golden. So yeah, I mean, I guess you could start the motion as you're jumping, but like, we're just not that tall.
It also doesn't look as clean
Yeah, like
or as cool.
I say like every trick dunk, you can get the ball to head level at least.
Yeah, before you do anything.
Least, and then it gets you in the air, and then you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Well, I think this lower end session was just good so I can like feel out like different movements and stuff other than just like max approach jumps on one direction over and over and over again.
Yeah. And it's fun just like being able to punch dunks.
Yeah, dunks that you could never do. Like, so, and it's fun, like, just getting better at them. Like, today, when he was, like, he was coaching me, you'll see in the YouTube video, but he was coaching me today, and, like, when I finally hit the dunk, like, you know, you put so many reps, you're tired as hell, and you're just wanting this thing to drop, and it's just fun, man. That's what makes dunking so cool.
Yeah.
The grind, the process.
Yeah, and it's just, like, you can learn, like, one small little tip, and you can run with it. Like, you can get super duper far, like...
You go from front rimming to, like, almost making it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You go from like back rimming to front rimming, and then to rim grazing, and then dunking.
Yeah.
It's like that's literally all it takes.
Right. But so intermediate is one hand cuff, which is easy for this dude. I feel like that's more your signature than a windmill, honestly.
Yeah. So if you look at my TikTok, most of my dunks are like windmill and windmill variations. So it's like a windmill, a cuff windmill,
Double up reverse.
double up reverse, a cuff Ziani.
I never see many Zianis from you, honestly.
I don't do it that much anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's like hard to hold on to it. But
Yeah.
because I'm good at cuff dunks, like Ziani is.
Ziani, it's in the bag if you wanted it. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to do a Ziani crab.
What's that? What's a crab?
Like scorpion. You swing down.
Right.
Like you swing down and it comes up. And
A
you
crab
dunk
would
it
be.
just over your head. So it's like Ziani.
So like Michael Jordan.
And then you look away from the rim and then dunk it.
Oh, that's sick. That's actually cool.
I think I can do that.
That's like a little 1 foot god / Finandy with just the flailing around. I feel like to do that, it's all about cuffs.
Yeah.
And then 2-hand pump reverse, which is also becoming a signature, honestly. I really like your 2-hand pump reverse.
Yeah, I started doing that just because it was like I watched this video with Isaiah, and it was like these are the 5 base like dunks, and then once you add variations to those dunks, they become new dunks. And a pump was one of them, and so like I started doing them, and then once I got decent at them, I started doing them every sesh. But yeah, for some reason I like squat like.
Yeah,
my legs are like 90
you should
degrees.
see his knees in the video. He froze. He's literally just
Do like a Spider-Man pose.
Yeah, like a literally Spider-Man pose. Then two-hand tomahawk, easy, light work. Not for me.
No, you did it.
Little baby
You
tomahawk.
didn't miss it, yeah.
Then one-hand windmill. Then one-hand 360, which actually was hard for me. I think I'm more comfortable doing a 360 windmill than I was doing a 360.
Yeah, I've had the same thing. Like 360 windmills, the windmill literally twists you.
That extra
Faster.
bit, like
Yeah.
so you don't have to think about it. But
Yeah.
for the 360, you're like, okay, I need to make this, so you overspin almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're also doing it one hand because I wasn't going two hand.
And then there's like controversy, like people who don't dunk and people who do dunk. Like,
Is
oh,
it
is that
180? Is it
yeah.
360?
a 180 versus a 360? I don't care, dude. If
Right.
you're dunking from the baseline and you twist and you dunk at the front of the rim and you land and you're facing where you were in the beginning, that's a 360.
Okay. So, hypothetically, let's say someone comes out and this new hypothetical dunk has never been hit before on 10. And they do the dunk, they make it, but they say in the video, oh, new 360, but they only go like 180 or 720. If it's that specific and like first person to hit this dunk, you know what I mean? Like bounce dunk type deal.
I mean,
I feel like it matters then.
if it's a new dunk, I guess, yeah. But
Yeah.
like, if
Everybody's
we
done 360s.
really want to get into like a 720 is a 540. Like I've never seen like a full on double spin dunk, maybe once, and it, like who cares? Like it looks like a 720.
Yeah.
Like if I like do the dunk at 540, hang on the rim, and then spin another time, is that a 720 or a
No,
540?
that's a 540.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like who cares?
Yeah.
Like if you want to call it a 540, are we gonna like count the degrees? Like, oh, he did 720, he did a 710.
Technically, when we bring out the protractor, he is not getting the equivalent angle.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
like, bro. I
And
was
then,
like, you tried 360. You run in one line at the rim and jump, spin.
yeah, get off
like-
your phone and
yeah.
come and dunk with us.
I feel like
dude.
full 360s make sense on one foot. Like that looks, like I feel like that's more possible. Like I can run at the rim straight, jump, and then
Make it back straight.
make it back straight. But
Right.
like you have two planted foots and they're twisting, and so like you can't just like plant. Like you're already sideways before you even jump.
right.
So you're already 180.
Yeah, so is that even, are we even 360ing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. We didn't hit 360 today.
So advanced was a one-hand cradle or a one-hand 360 windmill, which I actually hit. Because I like, out of all the
Like
dunks,
second try too.
it was like, I think it took me like 3 or 4, honestly.
Yeah.
But one of the dunks that really got me into dunking, one of the people that actually got me into dunking was Paul George. And so, do you remember that one game where he does the 360 windmill in game,
Yeah.
and the whole crowd goes crazy? Like that was like one of my favorite NBA dunks for like so long. And so, when I did start low rimming, even though I have very little low rim experience, like I would practice 360 windmill. So that's why I felt like it was easier for me to hit than everything else, because I've done that in the past, and like I didn't realize how much like what you do in the past with your low rimming, like translates to your now. Even it was like, because that's like 2-3 years ago of me doing that. And it's translating now.
Yeah. I think the reason I've always liked the 360 windmill was like I like tried to do a 360 windmill and I accidentally did it the Vince Carter style.
Yeah.
Like the inverted, and it's because I have a left right plant and I'm left dominant.
Mm-hmm.
I mean I'm ambidextrous, like I do right-handed dunks all the time. But
Yeah.
like I mainly do dunks with windmills with my left.
Right.
And so I did the reverse spin and like for a long time, like it just looked cool, even the misses. So I would just keep doing it. Every
Yeah.
sesh.
So you've already kind of put in the reps for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's all about reps. If you have enough of them.
we get on a high rim, I'm gonna back rim it. My first time trying it in a long time, and then after like 2 or 3 sessions, I think I'll hit it.
So what's better, a front rim or a back rim?
Front rim.
I think so too, because if you're back rimming,
I think
you're just
back rim
pushing
looks
too
cool,
hard.
though.
Back rimming looks cool as hell, especially if you shake the rim.
Yeah.
But front rimming is lame because it just goes like.
You know what's kind of cool that you brought up? Let's talk about dunkers that got us into dunking.
Ooh.
Like, or not dunkers. How did we get into dunking? Like, what did we see that made us want to dunk? Because I feel like we didn't talk about that. We just like talked about I just like jumping, and so I started jumping. But like, we definitely saw someone that made us want to do it.
You know, it was never any pro dunkers though for me. It was always just like NBA players.
For me, it was pro dunkers. Like, I literally didn't watch anything on YouTube except, like, 3 things. And it was Chris Smoove play 2K.
Mm.
And it was, like, this guy named Bionic Pig who watched movies. And then it was Dunkademics.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And so my favorite people to watch were, like, Isaiah Rivera, T. Flying, Jonathan Clark. And then, out of nowhere, there was, like, this one dude, Young Hollywood.
I know Young Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like 5'10", and he was like doing double up East Bays over like 2 people, or double up. He has this thing called Armageddon. He literally did a double up East Bay, and then he catches another ball out of someone's hand and dunks 2 balls. Like, he double up East Bays with the right hand, and then he puts his hand up with the left hand.
And catches another one and dunks it as well.
And he dunks
it. Yeah.
2 balls at the same time.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, and it's like...
Did he go to dunk camp? I think...
I don't know. I know he's like older now.
Really?
Like, he's in his... This was like before Isaiah and them were doing it.
Did he compete?
Yeah, he did like the Sprite contest that was really big in the past.
Mm.
And yeah, like him, and then of course like, I've watched Dunk Elite when they first started. They had their own YouTube channel. And like,
Smoove.
Yeah, there's Smoove, and there was
Chris.
Lee Peck, and dude, they were like traveling around Europe doing
Yeah.
dunk contests and dunk shows.
Yeah.
And that was cool.
Can't believe he literally like, I didn't even know who Smoove was until Smoove came to my gym. But then I didn't process how cool Smoove was until like Andy told me about Smoove.
Yeah.
Because I told Andy about Smoove, and he was like, wait, Smoove Ukraine is there? And I was like, yeah, he's like a pro dunker, I guess.
Yeah, so funny story. Me and him meet, right?
Yeah.
We start dunking. He wants me to go to his gym. We're dunking at his gym. And he's like, dude, I think there's like a pro dunker here. Like, I'm not sure. His name's like Smoove. I'm like, wait, what? Like, the Smoove? He's like, what do you mean? I was like, he's one of the best 1-foot jumpers ever.
Yeah.
He's like the pioneer of 1-foot jumping.
The win. What else did he make?
He did a win off of, like, he did a over the back win.
Yeah.
So threw it over his back, caught it, bounced it on the ground, and went between his legs. He catches it and dunks it with one hand.
He's also like the over the back guy too, though.
Yeah. Over the back guy, Harlem Globetrotter.
Harlem Globetrotter.
And I'm like, so
Got the
this guy's just been going to your gym and you love to jump and you've never hit him up. And he was like, nah. And you know what? I was like cloud chasing, and I was like, I'm gonna text him. And so I texted him, and literally like 2 weeks later we had a sesh.
Yeah.
It was super cool.
Yeah.
And then they had a sesh.
Yeah.
And he's honestly cool.
He's actually a really cool dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Smoove, I think Smoove has definitely like gotten me more into dunking now. Like when I first started my road to pro dunker, like I definitely think Smoove definitely helped, because it's just like seeing that in person and like just being around it was really cool.
Yeah. I wasn't around anyone until I moved out here and met Smoove. But like, I just like saw those guys on YouTube, and like, I was a football player, triple jumper, and I didn't play basketball. So I never like played or hooped, so I never had like that itch to like hoop more than I dunk. So in the off season, all I do is lift heavy, sprint, and then dunk.
Mm.
And that's all I did in my off seasons, or I would try to dunk. And then I would go play my sport, and then every summer I would go back to dunking.
Yeah.
And then like my junior year, I could like dunk.
Mm.
Like I knew I could because I've done it. But like, then there's like that 8 months of like the school year where you're not doing it.
Yeah.
But like, you just know you can because you've done it.
Right.
And it was weird, like, I trained basically to dunk before I even knew I wanted to be a dunker.
Yeah.
And then I graduated and I was like, oh, this is what I want to do, I want to dunk.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then...
We got rim heights and if they matter.
So actually, let's talk about, what was the first rim that you got your first dunk on? How high do you think it was?
Really depends, because before dunk camp, it was a 910 rim. It was the HCI rim. And the one at HCI, which is where I met Smoove, where Smoove goes, and then Andy came and we dunked there a lot. But that one's 910, and I caught an off lob there a couple times. Yeah, I caught an off lob there a couple times. And since then, my off lobs have not been falling. But that's the next goal. I'm going to try and hit an off lob. But then at dunk camp, when they measured all the rims to be 10, right?
Dallas?
Yeah.
Those rims are good.
Those rims are good. And Jordan Kilgannon threw a lob to me, and I caught it. And it wasn't like a clean dunk. I mean, it was a dunk. Like, I pushed it in. But it wasn't like anything to like write home about for sure.
Yeah.
But
I mean, a dunk is a dunk, dude.
yeah.
Like, not everyone's dunking.
Yeah. So I'd say that was probably like the first rim I dunked on. And ever since then, because I've lived by HCI for so long now, and I've just been dunking on the 9-10 rim. So now that I'm here at Texas State and we're going to the Rex rims are a lot higher. They're like 10 feet. So I'm like having to relearn how to dunk almost because like it's another 2 inches higher. I haven't actually measured them, but they feel higher. So if they're actually 9-10, then maybe I just got worse. But
yeah, so
part of the process.
For me, when I was dunking in my off seasons in high school, like I thought I was getting bouncy. Like I hit a 2-hander, I could hit like a baby back scratcher, and I could hit like a baby mill near my senior year.
Yeah.
And come to find out, it was called the GEM, this little gym.
That's the water.
Oh yeah. It was called GEM. I don't know what that even stands for, but it was like this little gym, and it turns out that those rims were like 9-8. Right? I didn't know that.
But you're back scratching and 2-handers on those.
Yeah, I'm windmilling. And so like I get to my school gym and I go to dunk and I just completely get front rimmed. I fall on my back. It's like just the most embarrassing thing in the world. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I realized I can cuss on it. This is our podcast. We can cuss. Alright, so I was just like embarrassed. I was like, oh shit, I thought I could dunk. And then, I mean I could squeeze in a 1-hander, but I was just doing 2-handers. I was just doing windmills. I thought maybe I was tired. And then I just learned that not all rims are going to be 10 feet.
Yeah. I think especially going into like the dunk community in general, you assume most things, like even most hoopers probably assume the rim is 10 feet. I don't know.
Yeah. And then like, I would say my senior year, dude, like, when I graduated, like I was going to school in this Fort Worth town and all the gyms there were like LA Fitnesses. So I could only dunk at LA Fitness really. And I mean, that was a big confidence boost. I was back to windmilling, back scratching. But it's not like I was not jumping high. Like I ended up jumping higher because I was still working out and jumping all the time. So I was just jumping higher on lower rims. So my videos would go viral because it's like head at rim or like crazy windmill or I hit an East Bay. And like I would ignore the rim height because I was like, I don't want to know. Like I know it's not 10.
Yeah.
And then
I think I've been falling into that, like, heavy ignoring of the rim height. I just need to measure everything.
Yeah, I'm going to start measuring everything. And then, like, once I, like, would go to another gym, I was always nervous. I'm like, oh, will I even be able to dunk? Like, I would say dunk on low rims for confidence, but, like, still, like, go to a higher rim because...
Humble yourself now.
Yeah.
Get it over with.
Humble yourself. You know, like, if you only stay on low rims, you won't be... It's just going to be, like, a mental block on a high rim, like... If you can windmill on a 9 rim and you're getting like your head at rim, why can't you windmill on a 10-foot rim? It's all in your head.
Yeah.
So like, one, I don't care about the rim height. I go to a court, if it's high, I don't care. If it's low, I don't care.
I would really not like to care about rim height. Like it'd be a really nice thing to like be able to say you can dunk on anything.
Yeah.
But
I feel
just
like
not the reality.
I just started like locking in. So once I found out that rims were lower, I quit dunking at the LA Fitness completely. And I just got into like this big powerlifting gym and I would lift heavy all the time. And then there was like this outdoor court and it was like a 10-1 rim.
Yeah.
And I just started dunking on that shit. Like I was able to do back scratchers, 2-handers, and like I couldn't do windmill yet. Once I windmilled on that, that's when I was like, okay, it's fine if I go dunk at LA Fitness more often.
Yeah.
Because I can windmill on an official 10-foot rim.
Right. And that starts becoming like a low rim.
Yeah. But I want to start dunking on 10 more because the rim at my house is like between 9'9", 9'10". And I'm just doing that because I'm not even having full sessions yet. Mm-hmm. So it's like, who cares if it's a little low? But it's not like I'm trying to break records, hit new dunks.
No.
But once I like get better, I'm going to dunk on my YMCA, and those are all like pretty high.
Yeah. So humble yourself now, jump on high rims now. Yeah. Because if you think that you're jumping high and then you get humbled, that's a worse thing than going from a higher rim to just knowing you're dunking.
And not like getting humbled by people, just getting humbled by yourself. Like, you might be like, oh yeah, I'm getting bouncy as shit. And then you go to like some other court and then you like literally like get rim hung and fall on your back and then everyone's laughing at you.
Or like people come up to you, they ask you to dunk, and you're like, "Oh, I can dunk, but we have to go to HCI and we have to go on this specific rim."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick one rim.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing I've always had confidence in. Like no matter how beat up I've been, no matter how injured, it's like I can dunk on any rim I come across, unless it's like 11 feet.
Yeah.
I mean, the highest I did test the GEM. They had adjustable rims. Last time I went, and I dunked on 10.6.
Yeah.
So, and that was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I think I still could.
Yeah. I can confidently say that I can probably like push it in.
I think you
like
could.
finger dunk on any rim I come across, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like punch, 9-10 for sure. But anything like higher than that is probably gonna get a little messy.
And then confidence is really key. Like, if you're not confident, then what makes you think you're gonna dunk?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't know. I had this guy. I was like dunking and stuff. He was like, "Oh, like, how do you do it?" It's like I was like, "Oh, well, like, why don't you jump? Let me see you jump." He's like, "Nah, I can't dunk." I'm like,
You lose the battle right there.
I was like, "You just lost. Like, you're never going to." Then like, everyone who has gotten their dunk has had to jump. You know what I mean? Like, you have to start jumping. It's not like something that you just gifted with. I mean, you can be, but the way you get better is just keep doing it.
Right.
And dunk on everything. And you don't have to measure everything, but if you want to, like, say you officially can do something, maybe go to a 10-foot rim and try it.
Yeah, and if you want to be super like just real with yourself and just know where your abilities lie, it's good to just measure.
Yeah, like we were watching the Dunk Talk podcast, and
I think all of those guys pretty much measure everything.
Yeah, they measure everything, and then there was like Travis Reynolds. He measures it down to like the centimeter, and at first I didn't really think that that's necessary, but I don't know, it kind of is, especially like if you want to be a pro and you really want to like display and compete with your talents, like you have to be legit. Like you can't just like do like your TikTok videos and then the minute that you get into a contest like perform bad because you're lying about rim heights. But like if your goal is to have fun, like it's just your personal goal to like dunk and have fun, like
if you're in it solely because you just love dunking and you don't want to do anything competitively, who cares?
I think if you're a pro, like, not that you're setting yourself at a higher standard, just that other people are setting you at a higher standard, so you have to like be a little bit more official when you do stuff.
Right.
And I kind of like that. Like Kilgannon does the same thing. Kilgannon and Travis are like one of the better Kilgannon is up there, and then Travis like the behind the back king of dunks, and like they both measure their rims. But then there's people who don't measure them all the time, and they still perform better than anyone else in the world. Like Isaiah Rivera doesn't always measure his rim heights because if he knows it's low, he's literally just like, yeah, it's low. And if he knows it's 10, he's like, yeah, it's 10.
Yeah.
You know, like he just is there to have fun in his off season, and then when he goes to shows and dunk contests, he doesn't really lose ever. And if he does, it's because there's like other people that are on his level there.
I will say that he's also so goated already in terms of how good he is that like whether it's 10, whether it's 9-10, doesn't really matter. He's gonna hit crazy things either way, you know what I mean? Nobody can really like doubt him.
Yeah. And that's how like I understand why people were upset with Miller dunks. If you don't know who he is, he claimed to like do the bounce dunk on an officially 10-foot rim. It turned out it was like 9.9.
I don't think he claimed it was on 10.
He didn't claim anything, but he didn't list how high it was.
I think the caption just said number 1. Yeah. Right.
He said he was the first one to do it. I'm gonna be real. He's one of my favorite dunkers, dude. Like, he's just insane. Like, I don't think it matters what rim height he's on. He's gonna do a 360 East Bay no matter what. He's gonna do it behind the back. He's gonna do a honey dip. But yeah, like, if it's a new dunk, you should definitely tell people the rim height. Because, like, it's not that he isn't the first to do it. He's the first to do it on 9.9.
That's the best PR we've had. Yeah. So he's the PR holder.
Yeah.
But has he landed the dunk officially?
Yeah. He's not like Dexton, where he, like, officially landed the dunk.
So Dexton is really, like, I compare him up there, like, in terms of, like, the go talk.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm being completely serious.
Oh, okay. I was just.
I'm fucking with you.
Nah, he's super cool though. I like how he like basically is a troll. Like he's even admitted that it wasn't real, but.
Yeah, there's a bunch of trolls in the dunking community.
Yeah, I love trolls. But yeah, like Miller, dude, like to me, Like, he definitely should have listed it just for that dunk, but, like, the other dunks he's doing, like, it's the same thing. Like, who cares if he lists it? Like, he's gonna do that.
End of the day, Miller is crazy as fuck.
Yeah, he does FIBA dunk contests.
Yeah.
Like,
he's doing what all of us want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's hitting under boasts in FIBA dunk contests. He's jumping over people and, like, he's doing everything.
Right.
So, like, I understand it wasn't official, but, like, most of the people who got on his ass weren't even, like, the guys.
I will say I do feel like a lot of people that got in his ass were blowing it out of the water. Like, I didn't feel like it needed to be as deep as it was. But at the same time, I'm also not going for the bounce dunk and don't know how they feel in terms of how competitive it is.
Yeah. We're not good enough to go hit the bounce dunk, so...
We're not them.
We're not in the running.
From the outside perspective, I felt like it was a little blown out of the water.
Yeah. And it's badass. Like, bro, it's cool, like... 9-9, bro. Like, there's millions of sessions on YouTube of people dunking on 9-9 going crazy. And I didn't see one bounce dunk on those 9-9 sessions. So, that's all I'm... Like, I feel like it's still cool. And it's, like, he still hit a bounce dunk, just not on an officially 10-foot rim.
I totally think it's going to go down, though. Like, within the next...
Dude, I think Donovan's going to do it.
Donovan's going to do it, bro. Donovan
Dude, we should
is
talk
like...
about Donovan's most recent sesh. Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it. Wait, which... I probably watched it. Which one? Oh,
He just did it it came on Dunkademics today. Or yesterday.
Oh! I probably haven't watched it.
Dude, he hit...
I'm going to watch it after this.
He hit a 360 inverter, and then he tossed it off the backboard and then dunked it. And then he did the same thing with a 360 East Bay, tossed off the backboard and then dunked it. And then under both, 360 under both, he did a height check that had a 9.968 flight time, which is like almost could be a 50-inch vert. And like, dude, he's an animal.
He's a genetic freak, bro.
He's like that, and he just works hard, and he's just like fun. He's cool. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That I think if anyone's gonna hit the bounce dunk, it's him, Miller, or Dan Gross. Those are the only three I can see doing it.
Especially who are actually going for it. Like, I feel like if Isaiah or Kilgannon really tried, maybe. But I feel like, are they going for it?
I think that has to do more with, like, height. Like, Isaiah has a 50-inch vert, but he is 6'2".
Well, Miller's only 6'3", right? 6'4"?
He's 6'3" or 6'4".
Well, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter height, it matters arm length.
Yeah.
So if they have similar arm lengths, then it's like...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Donovan's arm length is probably longer, and he's taller.
Yeah.
And if he has a pretty close to the same vert as Isaiah,
he's
going to be more
advantage,
likely to do it. Same thing with Dan Gross. Like, he's 6'3" or 6'4".
Yeah,
Probably
everybody
has a
listed
longer
was
arm
taller
reach.
than Isaiah.
Yeah.
But
So,
Isaiah technically jumps higher.
You need a little bit of everything. Like, you need that height. You need to jump high, and you need to be tall to hit the bounce dunk, I feel like. But if someone hits it and they're under... Imagine someone under 6 foot hitting it.
That would be insane.
I don't know if...
Like
that would
Dexton
ever happen.
Crutchfield?
Yeah, just like Dexton. Like, I don't think that would be ever possible again. But no, I don't think... I can't see anyone under 6 foot doing it, honestly. Like, I don't know...
Like, scientifically. If like...
Like, even, like, Tony Crosby, like, as crazy as he is, like, I don't know if he'd be able to do it.
You would literally need, like, a 55... You need high to mid-50s vert, I'd say, right?
Yeah.
Probably. And then it would have to be perfect.
Well, dude, you know, for me to touch 12 feet, you know how high of a vert I'd have to have?
What, you have, like,
Between 50 and 52 inches.
That's
Depending
insane.
on what my arm reach is that day.
So you'll never touch 12. And then, bruh, who knows?
I might touch 12. What the hell? My goal right now is to touch 11.6. And that would be a 45.
Huh?
11.6 would be a 45-inch vert.
Yeah.
So, in a year from now, I'm going to try and get 45. Or over the course of the year, I want to be able to get a 45.
Well, prove me wrong.
Yeah, maybe I could be the first person under... No, Chris Spell has done 50 inches.
Darius
Clark did 50 inches. But no one's, like, bridged it yet, except Isaiah. And people are like, oh, Guinness wasn't there, but, like, everything was...
I wish those
official.
guys would also go, like, deeper into pro dunking, too. Like, I feel like Darius Clark, like, he jumps super high, but, I mean, he's not, like, doing crazy dunks and stuff.
Yeah, I think his thing is, like, he wants to have the highest vertical, though. So his thing isn't, like...
He's on, like, an Isaiah path.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But and then Chris Spell, I mean he's cool. He has cool dunks for sure. But it's just like,
ooh, I should. When you edit this, I can show you how to overlay. You can like put videos in between of them doing their stuff.
oh yeah,
When we post it, so we can see them doing this stuff.
okay,
Chris Spell though, yeah, like, dude, he's 5'9" and he can like do crazy things off one, crazy things off two, crazy things off vert.
backflip to a dunk.
He can jump like 6 feet in the air and
Yeah.
like, hop on a box jump.
Yeah,
Like he does everything, and like same thing with Chi.
Chi's pretty good too.
Chi's like an off-vert god.
Yeah, Chi and Chris Spell,
Yeah.
and then that's like it.
Yeah.
Maybe like Isaiah Kilgannon would
Yeah.
probably be like next up, but everybody else, it's like yeah.
I don't know who's gonna hit the bounce dunk. I feel like it's a race between like the taller end of the dunkers,
Mm.
but not because I don't think shorter people can't do it. I just think they're like if they are bridging a 50-inch vert and they're like above 6'3",
Yeah,
like chances are their reach might be like between 8'1" and 8'4".
yeah,
You know, it's like they're touching maybe 12'4", 12'5".
yeah.
It could happen. And then like that one dude, he used to play for UTA, and then he went to Memphis for college basketball. He's like I forget his name. We were supposed to dunk way back like 2 years ago when he was in Arlington.
Yeah.
But he's like 6'10", and he has like a 47-inch vert.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
He can touch the top of the backboard. Like I think he might be able to do it.
I wonder if Victor Wembanyama could do it. He'd probably just go.
Yeah, I don't think he could.
You don't think so?
No, but Jeremiah Sims, the guy for the Knicks, he's like 6'10", and he can get his neck above the rim.
Okay.
I'll show you the video later.
I thought it was Jericho.
Jericho Sims. I think he could do it.
Yeah, he's pretty tall too.
Yeah.
He's like 6'8" or 6'10", something like
He's
that.
like 6'10", and he like jumps like neck above rim.
Yeah. But any final thoughts before we head out?
Subscribe to my YouTube. I'm gonna be posting a week split and a dunk sesh like back to back.
And then follow my Instagram, Road to Pro Dunker Baby. We are on it every day. Well, we're trying to be. When I'm not making the videos, I'm still hitting the workouts, but life is a busy thing.
Yeah, don't forget we're both. How are you? 20?
I'm 20.
Yeah, 20, 21. We're both in school doing college shit.
Yeah. No excuses though. Just trying to get through it as